is everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing well here. Just hanging out in Wayne, Michigan, hanging out with the peoples. Doing a little sign placing today, right? We have some newly made signs that we are very excited for. We've gotten several placed. We've gotten several placed today, but I'll show you guys the signs that we have ordered, and they have finally arrived. Hold on, let me. So this is the sign that we've created here. I don't know, you probably can't see it all, but let me see if I can zoom out a little bit here. Here's the sign. It says McFarland for Wayne City Council, veteran, no salary, fix Wayne. Really can't see it. Here, I'll take a better. Man, it smells like smoke like a motherfucker over here. There you go. You guys see that? So that's the sign. Double-sided, of course, right? Of course, double-sided here. So that's what we have created. We've gotten 100 made. We've received 100 as of today. We're probably going to order 100 more because the quality is very nice, and it comes with all the stakes, and it's lovely, 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 lovely. But we're just hanging out, seeing, doing a little auditing. Doing a little experiment. Hopefully they don't need GPS trackers. Yeah, I mean, no, I mean, everything that we've placed so far, it's on private property. You know, we've obviously gotten the permission of all the property owners. You know, we're not going to place them everywhere. You know, we're going to try to place them in areas that, you know, obviously make sense, but highly visible areas. We've gotten a couple businesses already, a couple private residences. So yeah, we're just going to kind of, you know, we know a lot of people, and I frequent a lot of places, and so we'll see. I mean, we've asked 6 or 7 people, and one person said no, which we respect. They did, you know, vote for us, of course, and sign our petition. Yeah, I mean, not everybody wants to be politically involved, and not everybody wants to display their political affiliation or beliefs, which is okay. We have absolutely no issue. Freedom of association, freedom of speech, but freedom of association in America still exists, and you know, we love property rights. That's what makes America America, is property rights. And I think a lot of people kind of have forgotten that, you know, without property rights, there is no America, you know. And so property rights encompasses, you know, kind of everything that is good about America, right? Without property rights, we're kind of fucked. Very readable. Yeah, they're pretty good. I wish I would have made McFarland a little bit smaller, so there's a little bit more yellow. That's the only thing. But other than that, I mean, it's really splitting pubic hairs, as I always say. And no, they look good. Definitely look good. Definitely probably gonna order 100 more. Cause yeah, that's the it's the best way to do it. Just get your name out there, get a lot of signs, and just be active. Be out there. Be active. Be involved, and be visible. Right. That's why I chose yellow, and I wanted to be the first one out of the gate to put my name out there. Well, I wanted to be the first one, that advertised, right? And I want to advertise early, and I want to advertise often. And I like the yellow signs, right? That way nobody else does the same thing. Well, they might, but I figured the yellow would look good. Yep, veteran, no salary, fix Wayne. Pretty simple message. Now, when I say no salary, I'm not going to give it to the city of Wayne. I'm not going to give it back, so they can waste it. But yeah, I'll put that money to good use, and that money will not be spent to my benefit. It'll be spent for the common good of the city of Wayne. Let me put it that way. So, not a single cent will I, use for my own personal gain. Any money that I make on the city council will be spent and given back to the people of Wayne. And so, no salary, I mean, because otherwise I could just not take it, but then that's just going to be, money that's going to get wasted. So I'd rather have the money get put to actual use, right, of actual, positive use, what people actually want. So we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, right now we're just kind of waiting around, checking something out. I can't really get into it too much, but I will, of course. Well, I guess it really doesn't matter. But obviously the open burning policy, right? Open burn policy, open burn ordinance, right? The newly adopted one. Obviously, they're not being equally enforced, right? Obviously. I mean, that's abundantly obvious, but we are doing a little, how do I say? We're doing a little research. We call it research. Checking some things out. Seeing if there's equal enforcement. Any cops out? Hey Zan, I need your fucking address, dude. I need to drop off a sign, dude. Maybe a couple. I'm sure you know some people. I need to get some signs out there. I need you to circulate some signs. But I need a sign in my front yard. I got it ready for you. But send me an email. Jericho, Jericho, Flowers, Flowers, 81 at gmail.com. Send me an email. JerichoFlowers81 at gmail.com. Send me your address, send me your Addy, send me your contact information. Or we can just fucking meet up, whatever. I'll shake a pack of Newports in your face like a piece of chicken. I'm just fucking with you. I'm just fucking with you, dude. But no, come pull up, dude, or I'll pull up on you, and I'll smoke you out. Smoke you out, buddy. make you real relaxed. Is there any cops out? I haven't seen any. I haven't seen. I saw the fire department. They drove by once. I saw the fire department. Yeah, they drove by one time. Better have a lot. I have a very high tolerance. Well, isn't that just fucking lovely, right? Jeez. Well, fuck. I don't think I have that much left. I mean, I got enough for normal use, right? You could get me through the night, but fuck, the way you're making it sound. Shit, dude. I might have to break into the dispensary here and fucking stock up, huh? Yeah. No, that's funny. I like that. Yeah, no, I don't know. What do I got? There we go. Hey, I saw him drive by again, the fire department. Twice. That's twice in a row, guys. That's a record. Yeah, we're just trying to see if I've been smoking since I was 14. I'm 46. I'm no lightweight. Well, aren't you cool? Aren't you just a cool motherfucker? Aren't you just a cool kid on the block, huh? Damn, save some pussy for the rest of us, why don't you? Fucking hoarder. Smoking for what? 14? Damn. That's fucking crazy. Well, it's not that crazy. I think I was like 15 or 16. I think 15, I believe I was. I think it was 15. So yeah, I can't say I'm any better. Smoking weed before it was cool. Oh, it's not cool. There's nothing cool about it. There's nothing cool about it. Anyone who tells young people it's cool is a piece of shit in my book. There's nothing cool about mind altering. All right, I'm back, guys. I'm back and back. Yeah, so we're just we're doing a little audit here. We're seeing how the fire department, how they respond to an open burn complaint. We're checking it out because I saw a fire. Yeah, I hate to be a type of person. How do I say? I see a fire out in this person's property. You know, like behind a fence, right? But I can see it, and I'm like, well, that's definitely within 50 feet of the fence. Not that I give a shit, right? I want you guys to understand. I don't think the ordinance is valid anyways, but given the fact that they broke into my house on January 9th, 2026 without a warrant to enforce this ordinance, well, let's just see how it goes. Let's just see, let's see if there's equal enforcement or not, right? Let's see if I'm well, technically, I mean, it wouldn't be equal enforcement because what they're doing is clearly against this new ordinance. Right. I mean, basically, the way they've written this ordinance, which, of course, when I get elected, I'll repeal this ordinance because it's absolutely unconstitutional and just blatantly retarded. But that is their ordinance, right? So 50 feet from a structure or a lot line, well, that's clearly within 50 feet, right? So, we're here to see if the enforcement is equal, right? We're here to see if it's how that goes, right? Versus we've seen how they treat me, right? Even though I have fucking 3 acres, I literally have 300 feet by 400 feet. So we're here to see what the dealio is. But yeah, they're here right now, guys. They're here right now. So we are trying to stay undercover here, but I think our cover got blown because they did call us. So we're gonna just check them out, guys. See how they do. See how they. Well, I noticed they got 2. They got a couple firemen here. Let's see who they got tonight. Ooh, there you go. I'm gonna be checking it out, baby. Checking it out. Let's see what they do. They're peeking in through the cracks. What's going on? They said they couldn't see it from the road. You and your neighborhood. No, like that's the thing. Like, I know this is a dick move, right? But you know, I have to, like, for a greater purpose, okay? It's for a greater purpose. Because they wrote this retarded ass bullshit ordinance and now they have to enforce it equally. And if they don't, well, then that's called selective and capricious enforcement. And so basically, the city of Wayne, because they're run by a bunch of, well, I'll be not so nice about it, a bunch of retards, right? Since they're run by a bunch of retards, right? Department heads, they decide, to pass the McFarland 2025-02 ordinance. And, they passed it for me, right? And so now we have to see what exactly is, we got to see what they're going to do. Because it's definitely within 50 feet. There's no doubt. I mean, that's visibly in violation of their new ordinance, right? So if they just like check it out and leave, well, there they go. Now there we go. Now he's making contact with the homeowner. Damn. So let's see. Yeah, I mean, I could get out of the car, but I'm be honest, I'm too lazy right now. But they don't wear body cameras. That's the problem. That's the problem. You and your neighborhood. Yeah, I know. Well, it's for a greater purpose, right? I mean, if you're going to have open violations of this new ordinance, right? But then, not enforce it equally, but enforce it against me, even though, I mean, like I said, I got 3 fucking acres. So, I mean, we're just trying to see how it's enforced. There we go. No police, though. They don't call the police out here. I noticed that. They don't call the police. Only with me do they call the police, but, yeah. They got here quick, though, man. I'll say 10 minutes, man. I was like, damn. Got here pretty quick. Let's see what's going on. Oh, they got 2. Or here's the other one. He's coming over here. Got to grab a tape measure. It's definitely. I mean, like I said, the way the city of Wayne, how small these lots are. I mean, their open burn ordinance effectively eliminated open burning for 99.9% of the city, which I find to be, I find it to be rather preposterous, as a private citizen, but that is what they passed. I will have to say, I think the people in my little subdivision are very happy. Our neighbors are cool and don't cry about every little thing. Over here, everyone has little bonfires. No. I mean, I'm all for people having bonfires, right? But like I said again, it just comes down to the fact that, rules are rules, right? That's what they say, at least. And the city either has to not enforce them at all or they have to enforce them equally, right? It's all or nothing, basically. So I don't personally have a problem with any person having a bonfire. I mean, I'm sure there's some scenarios where I would have a problem with it if they're burning fucking just straight up toxic fucking shit or something, right? But, I suffered tremendously as the result of a bonfire. And I never broke a law. I, was never within 50 feet of a structure or any of that bullshit. So, they said they couldn't see it, right? Well, I don't see how. I mean, I could fucking see it. Well, I can't. I can see it on the other side of the road. Do you know those fire logs you buy? Those fire logs you buy for your fire. Do you know those fire logs you buy for your fire? Yeah. What about them? Oh, like the ones to get the fire started? Is that what you're talking about? Talking about the ones to get the fire started? Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I have a lawsuit against the city of Wayne. I got several lawsuits involving a bonfire pit, so we're just trying to see if if they're equally enforced. This lady I know put one of those in her enclosed fire pit, and one of her neighbors called the fire department. They came and put it out. Right, exactly. Which is illegal, by the way. I mean, it's illegal to see. Like I said, the city has put themselves in a lose-lose situation, because it's technically in violation of the Fourth Amendment to walk into someone's curtilage, right? And so it's but they have this retarded ass ordinance that gives them unfettered discretion to do whatever they want. So and then they're because they passed this fucking law, they're forced, right? They're compelled to enforce it equally. They either have to not enforce the law at all, which then begs the question, well, what the fuck's the law there for? If it, or they have to enforce it equally, right? So they should already be walking into their backyard. They should already be, giving them an ultimatum. Yeah, you got to put the fire out, or we're going to put it out for you. And that's that. I hopefully, maybe I'm just yeah, people are too afraid. They just bow down. I experienced it last night. Cop watched some bootlickers on camera. Yeah, well, that's the whole thing, right? I mean, I don't, I don't bootlick them. So there's a little fist bump. So yeah, because I mean, that's clearly within 50 feet, right, of the fence, right? So yeah, I guess they're making them put it out, it looks like, which again it's preposterous. The whole thing's preposterous, but that one is within 50 feet. That one is clearly within 50 feet. So, I mean, basically, they've retroactively made all these bonfire pits illegal because they're all within 50 feet of a property line or a structure, So, yeah, it's a lose-lose for them. Like I said, I don't make the rules, guys. I hope I can, and we can change them and just get rid of all these ordinances altogether and just be done with it. But yeah, there you go. You see all the smoke? You guys see all the smoke there? So yeah, that's their thing, right? See, I noticed they didn't go into the backyard, though. They didn't go into the curtilage, which is interesting, because every time they've dealt with me, they just walk straight into the back, guys. They just walk straight into the back. They just walk straight into the back, But yeah, that fence definitely helps. Oh, show. Definitely helps. Hey, that was the guy who broke in on January 9th. There you go. Like, I'm hoping that one day, the optimist in me hopes that one day, they'll just like realize they're retarded, and they'll just quit being retarded, right? They'll just be like, yeah, this ordinance is pretty retarded, and it's just not reasonable or logical or consistent, right? And that's is what it is, right? But I hope to just get rid of these fucking ordinances, because they are retarded. And like I said, but that's clearly within 50 feet. So I'm just saying, guys, I'm just saying, we're either gonna just get rid of these gay ordinances altogether, or we're gonna apply them equally. Either, like, we're not gonna here's how I would word it. We're gonna enforce the ordinance equally. So either we're gonna enforce it entirely against everybody every single time, or we're not gonna enforce it at all, right? Those are our two choices. Now, I prefer to have freedom. I just prefer liberty over safety any day of the fucking week. But if these people are gonna selectively enforce shit, right, and all that, well, then we got no choice, guys. We got no choice other than to do this, because I mean, as you can see, they did not go into their curtilage, right? They did not walk in through their gate, so that is more constitutional than what they did to me. But again, right, that fire pit is, I mean, clear as day within 50 feet of a structure or a lot line, right, or a fence, right? The fence is roughly the property line, and there's probably a shed back there, which means if there's a shed back there, which there has to, that's the only place a shed can be. So basically, you have to have a fucking lot big enough to have a house, right? First of all, right? Obviously, right? And then of course you're going to have a setback, right? So that's going to take up some of your, usable footage, right? If you just do basic geometry with this burn ordinance, it basically outlaws, again, if you don't have at least an acre or an acre and a half or more of land, which is only like maybe a dozen or so lots in Wayne, residential lots, that is. I mean, you've effectively outlawed all open burning, but mathematically speaking, right? Because if you have to be within 50 feet of a structure, you have to be more than 50 feet away from a structure or a property line. Well, and sheds have to be in the back, right? So a lot of people have sheds, right? Or a carport or an outhouse or something. And so the fire pit has to be 50 feet away from that as well, right? And of course that has to be in the backyard, and the fire pit has to be in the backyard, right? And so essentially, right, what this is a mathematically retarded, but see, that's the thing, right? Like, did anyone on that city council ever go, hey, just doing the math here, right? You would have to have like more than 100 by 100. You'd have to have like 150 by 150 feet to even possibly have a fire, right? And that's assuming you don't have any structure in the back and all that, right? But realistically, I mean, how many lots are that size in Wayne? Like I said, a dozen or so, right? And so, me, my neighbor, and my other neighbor, right? There's like 6 houses that I've identified that mathematically can have a bonfire pit now, legally in Wayne, right? That can have a bonfire pit and use one legally in Wayne, right? Because of the city of Wayne's retarded 2025-02 passed the day after Christmas ordinance, right? So, again, right, I'm not the bad guy here. I'm just the guy that's willing to highlight the hypocrisy and the idiocy of all this, right? Because that's what it is. It's idiotic bullshit, right? Why can't we just let everybody have freedom and let everybody do whatever the fuck they want? Well, I agree, right? I agree. That's all I've ever wanted, right? But the city of Wayne had other things in mind, right? The city of Wayne decided, well, we're just going to do what we want when we want, and we have a policy, and now it's the law, and you got to do what we say. And I'm like, well, suck my dick, right? And they said, no, off to jail you go, buddy. And so here we are, guys. 93 days of my life was taken from me that I can never get back because of a bonfire. So I'll be fucking damned if I let someone have a bonfire in a now illegal property, right? That's an illegal fire. I'll be damned if I allow that to happen on my fucking street when I spent 93 days in jail. Sorry for your inconvenience, buddy, but you need to have a talk with your fucking city government about their retarded, don't understand basic math asses, right? Because that's what they are. Everybody on that city council, Michael Bosnick, the city attorney, Diane Webb, like nobody looked at that 2025-02 ordinance and went, mathematically speaking, you can't have a fire pit in Wayne anymore, right? Only, like I said, my property, because I have 2 lots in one, I have 2.79 acres, right? So 300 by 400 feet. So I'm good. I can have fucking 4 or 5 fire pits on my property and still be in compliance, but nobody else can say that, And so, like, my neighbor, she can have one. My other neighbor, he can have one, but that's about it. Right, all the rest of them, right? Like the way the lots, they're like long and skinny, right? It's technically within 50 feet of you're talking, you have to have 50 feet on each side of this fucking fire pit, which means 100 foot. You got to have 100 foot of just basically space that you can waste, essentially, right? And 100 feet by 100 feet. You got to have 100 feet by 100 feet. By itself, including, you obviously got to have the land for your house and all that. So, really you need like 200 feet by 200 feet, right? Which nobody has that in Wayne. So, like I said, I believe I'm probably the only person in Wayne who can even really have a fire now, an open burn, which is ironic, right? Which is even more ridiculous, right? Because like I said, I don't have a problem with people having bonfires. I don't have a problem with the shit. But City of Wayne did, only with me though, right? Well, it's only when somebody calls, right? It's only when somebody calls and complains. It's like, then they couldn't even see it, right? They drove by twice, couldn't see it. It's fucking, oh, we don't see it. It's like, yeah, that's my point. You guys are fucking incompetent, completely incompetent. How I could see it. Look at this prescription, right? This lens is extra thick, and I could see it, but they can't, man. And you're just like, man, that's just wild shit, man. It's wild shit, guys. But hey, yeah, we'll have their little burn fits. Stay warm. Well, I mean, technically, yeah. Technically, it's illegal now. I mean, it's always been technically. Well, it's never been illegal until December 26, 2025. Right? Quasi, right? It's not really, because I don't believe that the ordinance is even enforceable. Just period, right? I don't believe the ordinance is even enforceable. But it's got to be challenged, right? It's got to be challenged. You got to go through fucking court, and who the fuck wants to deal with that? Right? So, I mean, hey, call me the bad guy if you want. But I'm not the one who passed that stupid shit. I'm not the one who wrote the open burn policy. I'm not the one who would waste their fucking time with it, right? I'm not stupid enough to pass something that clearly violates somebody's constitutional rights. I err on the side of the Constitution. I err on the side of freedom. But, again, I can't have a bonfire pit without being harassed. Even though I'm legally compliant. I'm compliant mathematically speaking. I'm compliant. But, they're not. I mean, that's visible from the road. They're not. I mean, I'm just doing the math. I mean, how much fucking yard that's not 100 feet by 100 feet, guys. Right? You got to have 100 feet by 100 feet, right? You got to have 50 feet in each direction of that fire pit. Plus you got to account for the displacement of the fire pit itself, right? So if the fire pit's 3 feet, right? 3 by 3, right? Which is the maximum allowable size of a fire pit. 3 by 3. Well, I mean, that's, like I said, that's fucking tough tit, right? Now, I mean, like I said, the city of Wayne has made all open burning, except for my property and maybe a couple others, illegal. So, I mean, sorry, right? I'm, like I said, I intend to get rid of all these fucking ordinances and this stupidity, but that takes a collective effort, right? That takes a collective of people willing to say enough is enough. Enough nigga bullshit, right? Enough of it. We've seen enough. We've had enough. We're fucking fatigued. We're tired of it. Suck a dick, right? That's what the people have to say. And I don't know if people are willing to do that. We'll see. We'll find out. I think there are certainly some people that are willing to do it. Don't get me wrong. But is there enough people collectively willing to say enough is enough? I don't know. In Wayne, I think the problem in Wayne partially is that people of Wayne have what I would consider a little bit of like a Stockholm syndrome, right? And the people of Wayne are just kind of used to going without. They're just kind of used to being abused. And so, I don't know. I mean, I'd like to believe, right? I'd like to fucking believe that, they're gonna, rise up and say, fuck this, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm sure they will, right? The thing is like, they generally only mess with people that they don't like, right? That's historically how it's always been, right? Like, they don't really have rules, right? Because obviously, as you said, right? You just said it, right, Zan? In your neighborhood on the east side, people have bonfires all the time, right? And it's a nice, close-knit neighborhood, and nobody calls the cops, and nobody snitches, and it's great. And so, as you said it, right? I mean, clearly none of those lots are in this new none of those lots are in compliance with this new ordinance that they passed, right? Mathematically speaking, nobody has 100 feet by 100 foot yard, right? Plus, and then some, right? So really you need like 105 by 105 or 110 by 110 at minimum. And that's assuming the fucking fire pit's directly in the center, which of course it's probably not going to be. So really, realistically, you need like 150 by 150 plus the house, right? Plus you got to account for the house and the shed and anything else. So, I mean, basically you got to have a fucking acre and a half at minimum. No, to technically be in compliance. Now, one could argue, well, those people are grandfathered in, but City of Wayne didn't say that in their new ordinance. So, according to their new ordinance that they passed, you're not in any sort, you're fucked basically. You are now breaking the law. You are now technically, you can be punished by 90 days in jail now. So, I mean, hey, I'm sorry, guys. I really am. I wish it didn't have to come to this, but when you're dealing with retards, that's retarded shit happens, right? I mean, it's just it's just the way it is, guys. When you got Donald Quarles and fucking idiots like that running around on the city council, that's what you get. And when you have Michael Bosnick drafting it, Michael Bosnick, I don't even know how Michael Bosnick is an attorney. Like I don't even believe he went to school, right? I don't know what the fuck Michael Bosnick is, but I don't think he's a real attorney. Just like I don't think Kerry Miller is a real attorney. I don't think any of them are real attorneys, but that's who wrote this fucking shit with the help of Jeremy Schneider, the fire marshal. So that's your department heads, guys. I didn't do it, right? I criticized them 50 fucking times, and I spent 90 some days in jail. I spent more than 90 some days in jail because I was on fucking house arrest for like 3 months. I spent like 6 months in fucking jail over a fucking fire pit and had my house raided 5 fucking times and had my ass fucking beat. And I mean, so cry be a fucking river, right? That's how I feel. But don't worry, guys. I'm gonna get in there and I'm gonna call this shit out, and I'm gonna highlight the absurdity, and hopefully we can restore liberty and freedom to Wayne, Michigan. Hopefully we can, because I don't know. I don't fucking know, right? I just know we're dealing with some real down-to-earth morons, right? We're dealing with some fucking morons, dude. I mean, these motherfuckers drove by twice in a fire truck, right? So they have a better vantage point than I do. And they're like, oh, we can't find nothing. I'm like, you guys just need to be put to sleep like dogs. Like, you just, I'm sorry, man. I don't mean that literally. I'm not calling for violence against anyone. I'm just joking, right? But fuck, dude. I mean, we sat there and watched them. I drove by and saw it, right? My wife and I dropped my wife off, and then I said, you know what? Fuck it, right? This is it, right? I hate to be a Charleston White. I hate to be a snitch, right? But this is snitching for a greater purpose, right? This is a greater cause here. And so, yeah, they made him put the fire out. Now I wish the homeowner would have been more resistant to it, right? But technically, I mean, no. I mean, you got your 50 feet within a lot line or a structure. That's international fire code. So you're fucked, And it's got to be in an approved pit, right? In which that was definitely not an approved pit. So tough tit, right? That's just what it is. It's just tough tit, So hopefully we can get that shit fixed and people can go back to having freedom. But they never really did, right? Because somebody could just call and complain, and now you can't enjoy your property. So this is what it is, guys. McFarland for Wayne City Council. Look at that, right next to the cop shop. That's good shit. That's good shit. Shout out to SNK Fuels for letting me put my sign out in front. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, I know the city of Wayne's going to love that. Like I said, guys, I think they're going to kill me. I really do. I really, truly fucking do think that they're going to murder me. Without a doubt. City of Wayne Police Department, abso-fucking-lutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. or somebody's going to do it, right? It might not be a police officer per se, but it might be somebody through the, it might be someone who knows somebody who puts a secret note under a rock and, that sort of thing. So, yeah. Or they're just going to, like I said, they're going to come out one day because I'm having a bonfire and, they're going to break in and they're going to enforce laws that don't exist or laws that are unconstitutional, and I'm going to say no, and then they're going to kill me, right? They're going to say I resisted, I'm under arrest, and I'm, of course, not going to put up with that nigga bullshit, and then boom. Boop, 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 boop. Oops, sorry, the gun went off. Here's $10 million. Go away. That sort of thing. So, yeah, I absolutely, every day I wake up and I drive around Wayne or just exist in Wayne, I fear for my life, 100%, 1,000%. I said, I think they make you have a half acre or an acre to own chicken here too. Yeah, oh yeah, probably easily. If they even allow it, right? If they even allow it. I don't know, Zam. Did you send me your fucking, your address, bro? I'm out and about, bro. Come on. Let me pull the fuck up, bro. Let me pull the fuck up. Let me pull up on you. Let me try to, let me try to get you high, bro. I know I'm gonna be unsuccessful. I don't have fucking a THC IV, to give to you, but let me at least drop off a fatty to you, bro. Let me at least try, let me at least fucking try, buddy. I know I'm not gonna do shit. I know it ain't gonna do shit, right? I know it's just gonna not even tickle your fancy in the slightest, but at least I can go to bed tonight saying, I tried. I tried, right? I fucking tried, man. I tried to get them high. I just didn't have enough potency, right? It's just like, kind of like when it's kind of like when you get a chick, right? And you're banging her, right? And, you give it everything you got, but it ain't enough, right? Maybe she's had like 6 kids and, she's been fisted too many times and, you just can't do any damage, you just can't. You give it everything you can, you try, you try as hard as you fucking can, you go balls deep, you stick the balls in there too, and it just ain't enough, right? Sometimes that's just how it is, right? But I'll try, dude. I'll try to get you high, I'll attempt to, bro. I'll try to put a smile on your face, maybe later. Right now, not too good with my kids. How old are your kids, dude? Like, how old are they? Like, my son's about to be 4, and I got a 3-month-old, but your kids are probably older. Because he needs more friends. He's got some friends, but you know how kids are nowadays, man. Glued to their fucking phones. Glued to the TV. Glued to the tablet. Glued to the tit, right? Which I don't personally have an issue with that, but, it is something. Yeah, I was thinking maybe hit up this other gas station here and see if I can put my sign out. But usually the management's not working at night, so I'll probably wait until the morning. Wait and see if that sign's still there. I want to put it in visible places where, I can at least have camera on it, right? So if it does come up missing, we know who did it, or at least we have a chance to know who did it. Right, so yeah, we'll see. We'll fucking see. All right, we're back. Sorry about that, guys. I'll try to hit you up in a little bit. I think I have your address. Maybe later. Yeah, dude. I mean, my address is public information, anyways. I mean, check out the official candidate list for Wayne, Michigan. 37701 Glenwood Road. No surprise here. No hiding it. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Just don't shoot. Yeah, right, bro. Come on, I'm not a fucking maniac, bro. I'm not shooting nobody. Ain't shooting nobody. Ain't never have. Ain't never will. Unless you break into my curtilage at 10 or 11 or 12 or 1 o'clock at night with ill intent. Then maybe you might, get pistol whipped or something. But no, I'd be more likely to pistol whip somebody than to shoot them. I'm not shooting somebody, but I might pistol whip them. if they get that close to me, you know, and they're trying to put my life in imminent risk of ending or serious or great bodily harm, right? If I'm potentially gonna get, you know, assaulted, right? Yeah, I'm pistol whipping for sure. Just, you know, da da da. So yeah, I was on the phone. Somebody called me. That's why I apologize, guys. Some queer called me, and some homosexual. He's not really, but you know, we joke around like that because you know we don't take ourselves too seriously, right? I mean, I think that's the problem with America is people take themselves way too fucking seriously, and you know, they want to get offended by everything, right? Everything's got to be racist and sexist and homophobic and transphobic and everything else. It can't just be like, hey, we all just don't like degenerates, and it's not that big of a deal, right? It's not that big of a deal to talk shit about yourself or make fun of somebody. You know, it's I guess it's all about intent, right? But I don't even know if that's the case, right? Because I think it's just like thought-provoking shit riles people up because people, like, ultimately they want to feel comfortable, right? People want to feel safe and secure and comfortable, and you know, they can't feel that way, you know, if they're, you know, being forced to listen to a opposing worldview, if you will, right? But yeah, Zan, you gotta stop by, bro. We gotta meet, bro. Officially, bro. We gotta get that bromance going, you know. No homo, no diddy. Pause. But yeah, bro, we do need to kick it, right? We need to kick it. No, I need to get some fucking food though, but I really need to go get some fucking food though. For real, I'm hungry as fuck. Yeah, I don't know. I do pizza a lot, but nah, I don't think I want to do no pizza tonight. I get tired of pizza, man. Pizza's for bombs, really. I mean, pizza's like for poor Italian people. And I'm not Italian, and I am not that poor. I mean, pizza's alright, but it's kind of like, you know, it's like poor people food, right? And it's got a lot of calories, and it tastes good, but man, the heartburn, bro. I get fucking heartburn, bro, from that shit, dude. And then I just take the type of shits that it causes are fucking kind of insane. So I don't know, maybe I'm just getting old, man, but I just can't I can't get down with it anymore. I just can't get down with it no more. It's hard, man. But yeah, it was my boy. My nephew called me. My nephew Tate, he gave me a call. My nigga Andrew Tate called me and said, hey, what it do? And he told me that there was some police by my house. So there was some police. And I was like, damn, police. And I said, fuck the police. That's what I said. That's what I said. But hey, my boy put up his new mailbox. I gave him the old mailbox that I had that got knocked down, and they put up a new one. So glad I could help. Little community service for the old Thompson family. Shout out to the Thompsons. Shout out to the hardworking Thompsons. My Negroes. Right? And all of you, you're all my Negroes as well. But my tree grows knees, right? Because I ask people all the time, would you rather see a tree grow or a knee grow? It's a kind of a trick question, right? Because you can see both. If you just plant a bald cypress tree in your yard, you'll get knees. The tree will grow knees, right? So as your tree grows, you'll also see knee grows, right? So just a little fun fact, right? you want some Negroes, if you want to see tree grows and Negroes grow, right? If you want to see Negroes and tree grows, get you a bald cypress at Home Depot. They got them for $20. A big ass, tall ass bald cypress, $20. So good shit. Good shit, my Negroes. But yeah, we gotta get more signs planted in the yard. We gotta get more signs planted everywhere, man. Businesses, gas stations. I mean, I'm gonna go around tomorrow, dude, and just bang it out. Bang it out, bro. I'm gonna bang it out. Elbow deep. I'm going elbow deep in the city of Wayne. He. I kid, guys. Come on. We're all adults. We can all have a little fun. Little crude humor. Damn, bro. Just fucking back up into me, why don't you? But yeah, I'm gonna go hit up the DQ tonight. I'm gonna go hit up DQ tonight. Cause why the fuck not? Why the fuck not? But I hope all y'all are doing well. I'm hanging in there. I'm trying to, at least. I got a couple motions submitted to the court. First break-in, the 2024 break-in. March, what was it? March 28th, was it? Was that April? March 28th? Yeah, I think it was 3/28 of 24. That was the first break-in. There's been so fucking many, guys, I can't keep track. But that one we're litigating with Judge Levy in the U.S. District Court in Detroit, and we had filed a motion. We had filed a response motion, but the motion wasn't signed, right? So we forgot to sign it, physically sign it. So we had to file for leave and resubmit it, and it took fucking forever. It's a lot of technical bullshit. A lot of bullshit. A lot of nigga bullshit that you got to deal with in court. And I mean, when I say nigga bullshit, I mean like formatting issues, right? Like really kind of like dumb kind of things, right? I mean, they matter, right? Obviously, right? The court has their reasons, right? But it is what I call nigga bullshit. It's just kind of like, okay, you know, I can't electronically sign it. I have to physically sign it because I don't have an account or something. And I don't know. It's just, I don't know, guys. I don't freaking know. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, basically that lawsuit, they're just basically saying it's not a search or a seizure. And I'm like, well, that's just not how it works, right? You can't walk into someone's backyard and say, oh, it's not a search. Well, no, it most certainly is. Especially when you can't see the fire from the public easement, right? You can't see the fire from the front yard. So in order to see the fire, in order to search, in order to find, you got to find the fire first, right? You haven't found it. So you got to walk into the backyard, right? Break into the curtilage, right? Which is a search, right? And then when you seize somebody's property, right? When you alter the condition of it or make it inoperable, let's say, right? You dump water on a fire pit. Well, you're seizing the fire pit. You're seizing the use of it, which is a seizure. So I don't think it's really going to be that. I mean, it shouldn't be, right? I mean, really, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be that. How do I say? It shouldn't be shouldn't be complicated at all. It should be very simple, very, direct and to the point. It should be pretty fucking simple. So it's definitely a search or a seizure. There's no doubt. It's definitely in violation of the Fourth Amendment. And as far as that lawsuit goes, I mean, that's essentially the extent of it. Now, I didn't get charged criminally. I mean, I lost temporary use of my fire pit, which, it is an issue, right? And it set a precedent, right? It set a later precedent, right? So there's some damages. Now the damages aren't extensive. I wouldn't say there's extensive damages, right? From that one, right? Which is why I didn't include it in the bigger lawsuits, right? Because I didn't include it in the May 9th onward lawsuit, because I didn't personally feel that it was related in the sense that, you know, the issue, the two events didn't really have any relevance to each other, right? I mean, they were both break-ins. They were both involving a fire. Some similarities, but I don't think that it was. I don't think the incidents were related, you know, in any particular way outside of that. So that's why I filed that, you know, because they didn't know me, I didn't know them. There wasn't really a history or anything, and so that, you know, like I said, that's why I filed that one by itself, which I think is a pretty simple lawsuit. I think it's pretty clean. It's pretty simple. You know, I'm willing to negotiate. I'm willing to settle on that one. Or we can just take it to a trial or bench trial, jury trial. And I mean, I don't think I think summary judgment on that one, really, because I mean, it's a bona fide search and seizure. It's clearly in violation of the Fourth Amendment. So I don't know. To me, it's just like, it goes without saying, right? But again, I don't know how the court, I don't know the judge. I don't know how, you know, any of this plays out. I've never been through a civil litigation, right? I mean, I've filed some motions and shit, but I, you know, haven't really been in court and all that too much. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what goes down. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's tough. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm optimistic that, you know, common sense will rule out in the end, but who the fuck knows, guys? I mean, it's hard to know, man, with these things. It's hard to predict. It's hard to know. I mean, it could be something crazy. It could be something expected. It could be something unprecedented, right? So we don't know. We don't know. That's, I guess, some of the thrill of it, right? I mean, I don't really call this shit a thrill. It should be illegal to have to start a new job on Memorial Day. Yeah, that kind of sounds like it sucks ass. Sounds like it blows chunks. Sounds like it blows chunks. But it ain't my fault, guys. It ain't my motherfucking fault. It ain't my fault, guys. I'm just a victim just as much as you are in this fucking bullshit, but a little bit. But I'm happy I found 2 jobs I can pick from. Yeah, being unemployed sucks. Definitely fucking sucks. As a man, right? I mean, if you're a real man, right, you should have shame in being unemployed. And, you know, I mean, I you know, not to say you should kill yourself or nothing crazy, but I think it's normal for men to feel like, you know, kind of like useless without employment. That's kind of like what makes you a man, is you're useful and you can do shit. You're competent, right? That's kind of like what masculinity is. So, yeah, I mean, it's a lot of men get real depressed, right, when they're unemployed, and deaths of despair is what they call them, can occur. And look out for your fellow men, you know. Look out for your fellow man, because, you know, we get fucked a lot. You know, we get the short end of the stick. That is the longest I've been without a job in the last 17 years. Damn, sorry to hear that. Yeah. Chronic. I've been, some parts of my life I've dealt with unemployment. You know, some would say I'm chronically unemployed sometimes, but I don't know. Smart with my money, I guess. I don't know. But one sec, I gotta order real quick. We are back. We are back. And we are half black. But we are back. We are half black. And we are back. And we are ready to go on the attack. And make that pussy clap. What do you know about that? I don't know. That's my best attempt at rapping tonight. Didn't work out too well, did it? How's that working out for you? Not too good. Not too good, guys. I don't know. Bonfire. I don't know. I don't know nothing about no bonfires, guys. I don't know nothing about that. Just like I don't know anything about marijuana. You know, you guys talking about weed and shit. I don't know. Only weed I know is chilling in the weeds. You know, like sneaking around in the weeds, like SOCOM U.S. Navy SEALs. You guys remember that fucking video game back for PS2? Right, chilling in the weeds. Right. Appreciate it. You too now. Shit, best place to get some old doggers, guys. If you're looking for them conies, you gotta hit up that DQ. Get that 2 for $5. Have them throw that shredded cheese, that onion, and that ketchup on them. Or I guess that mustard. I don't like mustard. I think mustard is disgusting. I think whoever fucking eats mustard is probably a serial killer. Probably. There's a higher likelihood. I would bet that more serial killers like mustard than ketchup. But that's just me. That's just my unfettered or my unintelligent, completely pulled out of my ass opinion. Without any factual basis. That's just my hunch. That's just my fucking hunch, guys. No fire pit for you, baby. Says the city of Wayne. See, I didn't do it, guys. I didn't do it. Matter of fact, I begged them. I begged them, but you know, they had other ideas, right? Fried bologna with mustard sandwiches are good. To each their own, I guess. I would probably barf in your mouth if I ate mustard on anything. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. It ruins everything for me. I mean, I'll still eat it. Like if I fucking get a burger and they put mustard on it, and it's not like an absurd amount. Like I'll eat it. You know, I'll just man up. But it absolutely ruins the entire burger for me. I don't know why. I like pickles, kinda, not really. Like, I don't mind them, I guess. But I don't really like them that much. I know I just completely contradicted myself 100%, but like, I'll tolerate pickles, but nah, I'm not a big fan of them. I don't, like, I remove them. I don't like no pickles, I don't like mustard. I don't like none of that shit. Onions, extra tomato, extra lettuce, light mayo. Yeah, spinach is cool. bacon. Bacon's alright. You don't like deviled eggs. Yeah, it's alright. No, I like my shit sunny side up. I don't like that over easy shit. I mean, I'll eat it either way, you know, but I like a nice runny yolk. A nice runny yolk. Sunny side up. There's mustard and deviled eggs. Yeah. I mean, it's like, maybe it's because the egg kind of overtakes the taste. But anything I eat mustard on, man, it's like, even just a fucking little drop of mustard, dude. I mean, I can taste it, dude. Like, I don't know what the fuck it is. But yeah, it's something. Yeah, but this fucking malt from Dairy Queen is like on the money. But you have to use Miracle Whip. Regular mayo is gross. Yeah, Miracle Whip's cool. Miracle Whip's cool. Regular mayo is fine too. I like light mayo better. I mean, I don't like a shit ton of mayo. That's gross. And I'll do a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, Zan, we gotta go Audit, man. Sometime. Just pull up. Pull up, my amigo. Yeah, that malt's good, dude. That malt is money, Pepe. What's even better, guys, to be honest with you, is this motherfucker right here from DQ. Oh, I mean, every fucking time, guys. Every fucking time. It's just like insane. It's insane, man, how good does Dairy Queen be, man. I swear, man. Put no wrap in it this time. Not too shabs. But yeah, dude. Hit me up. You definitely need a sign in your yard. Without a doubt. I mean, obviously, there's never been a candidate like me for city council, but, you know, I don't think there's ever been a candidate like me in the city of Wayne. Period. Not to say I'm really anything special. I mean, you know, that's not really for me to decide, but I think it's more of just there's just no option in Wayne. There's no good options, right? I think it's more that than I'm just fucking some genius, right? But I am a little bit, I guess, hyper humble. I don't know what the word would be, but you know, that's been one of my, I guess, flaws, right? Is I have too much modesty, too much humility at times. I underestimate or I'm a little too critical, right? I underestimate myself, I guess. Or don't give myself enough credit. I'd say that's a better way to put it. I don't give myself enough credit. But it's for people to decide, man. You know? Listen, I just do what I do. I just do what I do, and you know, I say some fucked up shit from time to time. I have some fucked up thoughts, right? Just like anybody else. I mean, if they're being honest, right? We've all had fucked up thoughts and feelings and beliefs and said some shit that we probably shouldn't have said or, you know, whatever, but I don't worry about that shit, right? I'm not trying to be perfect. And I'm not trying to be filtered. I ain't trying to do all that shit, you know? I'm just trying to be a real nigga. That's all I'm trying to be. And I'll be honest, it's hard to be a real nigga at times because you got all these fake fucks around. And you got all these bum niggas doing all this bum nigga shit, but you know, hey, it's just about holding yourself to a higher standard, you know, and not letting people pull shit on you, you know. So I don't know. I just know that sign in front of the police station, man. That one's gonna ruffle a couple feathers. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, we're going for a W. We're not going to lose. We're trying to win. Man, that was fucking good shit. Good shit. But this ain't good shit. So this is Westland. I got a ticket. I mean, Inkster gave me a double parking. That was about Inkster gave me a ticket about last month or so. They said I ran a stop sign, which I didn't. But that's what they said. And so I just went ahead and paid it because I just didn't want to deal with Inkster. I shouldn't have been driving through Inkster. I mean, I had legit reason to be there, but I mean, you know, it was just I should have known better, right? But you know, I got hit with that, and they decided they were just going to charge me with double parking, right? That was their scam, right? Oh, if you just pay it, we'll just call it double parking. So I said, all right, whatever. That's fine. Hit me with that fuck nigga fee. That's fine. It's not, but I didn't want to fight it. I just didn't want to fight that one, so I paid it. And this one right here, warned speed 39 into 25. I actually was speeding on this. So, you know, that's the thing. This is called integrity, guys. Would never do. Admit that they're wrong, right? Or they made a mistake, or they did something they shouldn't have. They, you know, of course, I will do that when I do. I'll always do that. But yeah, I was speeding. And 39 and a 25. And the officer said, "I'll just write it up as impeding traffic, so it doesn't go on your license there." And I gotta pay that fuck nigga fee again, guys. You know, that's what it is, right? But I was being a fuck nigga. I was speeding. I shouldn't have been. In a school zone at that. So that one I deserved. I deserved it. I'm not gonna sit here and say I didn't. I deserved that one. And I do appreciate the Westland police officer for being so kind to just give me a warning on that speed there and just instead write it as impeding traffic. So I would have preferred just a fucking warning, obviously, but you know, Westland, they got to get their cheddar cheese, right? And I should have known better again on that one, because I did break the law on that one without a doubt. Inkster, fuck Inkster. I didn't run that stop sign, but I just didn't want to deal with Inkster guys. I'll be honest. I mean, it's like a mini Detroit, man, and no, I'm all right on that. I'm good on that. So I just went ahead and paid it. Just went ahead and fucking paid it, so I don't have to deal with it, you know. And it's just a tax. Just a tax for existing. For being white, half white, I don't know, maybe. They see a white guy in a nice car, they think, ooh, money, money. What are you supposed to do? What can you do, right? Besides get fucked. And pay, peasant. So I paid that fee. But I'm willing to admit when I actually do something wrong, I actually admit it, right? I'm not like one of these motherfuckers where it's like, oh, no contest. Oh, I plead the fifth. Oh, I'll pay you a settlement, but I'm not gonna admit any guilt, you know? I mean, that's the type of shit that's just like, yeah, that's the problem, right? That's the bona fide problem, so. That's the bona fide problem. So, I'm not one of those types, guys. Like, if I fuck up, I'm gonna tell you, hey, I fucked up. It's just that simple. Because that's what I was taught, right? Duty, honor, country, character above all. I will not lie, cheat, nor steal, or tolerate those who do. Or I will not lie, cheat, or steal, nor tolerate those who do. So that's the mantra of Georgia Military College, and that's the mantra of, you know, how I try to conduct myself and how I try to handle my affairs and how I try to live my life. I think that's a pretty good way to live. I will not lie, cheat, or steal, nor tolerate those who do. And so we try to live our lives. And like I said, snitching for a greater purpose tonight. Unfortunately, somebody had to go without their fire. But we had to see, you know, what the city of Wayne's gonna do. Had to see how these burn ordinances are being enforced and all that bullshit, right? All that bullshit. Which at the end of the day, it's all bullshit, guys, anyways. You know, the fact that we just can't all be adults and let people have an open burn, right? Let people have freedom. It's all kind of crazy to me, but I'm just old boy D Pigger here. I'm just D Pigger. What do I know? I'm just Jogger Vince, right? Just Jogger Vince over here. I don't know shit. I don't know nothing from nothing. I don't know anything about the Constitution or just common sense. Clearly don't have that. I'm clearly unsuccessful in my endeavors in life, and I don't own anything or have nothing, and I've never produced any results of any kind, and you know, I'm just old Jogger Vince here, old D Pigger, right? Old Don Pigger, right? That's what they used to call me in the Army. Old D Pigger. You know, I was Pigger, right? That's what I was. Pigger. You know, a jogger and a pigger. So all I was, D Pigger. So I don't know nothing. I'm just a simpleton, as you guys all know. I know I got a master's degree and all that bullshit, but what the fuck does that even mean, right? What does that even mean, guys? master's degree in organizational psychology and bachelor's in political science or technically healthcare management, but really it was healthcare politics. It was really political science, a degree really, but healthcare management was the title of the degree, as well as paralegal studies, logistics, and general studies for my associates. So I don't know. I've been there, done that a couple times, and was taught by some pretty smart motherfuckers. Pretty smart, not too shabby. I was taught by the best at Georgia Military College, and we try to live up to that expectation of excellence, right? That high standard, right? That nearly impossible, seemingly impossible standard, but we still try for it, you know? The standard is perfection, and obviously that's not possible, but we still try. We still try endlessly for perfection. CBD talks with old Mayor Vince here. Old Mayor Vince. Well, formerly known as Mayor Vince until the city of Wayne flagged my Facebook profile too much and had it deleted because they said I was impersonating John Racy, which is just like impersonating a turd, right? It's kind of hard to impersonate that. There's only one special dipshit like that. I couldn't even try to be that worthless. I wouldn't even know how to be that worthless. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Whoa, whoa. But I know. It's not bad. Not too shabby. But yeah, guys, I don't know. I was gonna have a bonfire tonight, but maybe. Might throw a couple logs on the old log splitter. Split a couple pieces of wood. But I don't know. Might wait until tomorrow. I don't know. Whoa, I don't know. Might clap my wife's cheeks tonight though. Might get lucky tonight, guys. Wish me luck. Might get lucky tonight. Oh, Plug Vince might get lucky. He's got so many nicknames. How many nicknames does he have? Shit. I don't know. Depends on who you're talking to. You know, my ex, she graduated from Milwaukee School of Engineering. My ex did. So she was real good with math, and I was nicknamed 8-inch Vince at Milwaukee School of Engineering because of my subwoofers in my car. 8-inch subwoofers. 8-inch Vince. Kind of rhymes, almost rhymes. Sort of rhymes. Rhymes enough, right? So, depending on who you're talking to, right? Your wife might know me as 8-inch Vince, but you can just call me Vince. You really, that's more than enough. I'm a simple guy. I don't take a lot to be pleased. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. Yeah, just chilling tonight. I'm gonna go to bed early. Got some yard work to do tomorrow. Got a lot of shit to do tomorrow. That I'm not particularly looking forward to, but yeah, at some point though, at some point I gotta get some shit done. So I'm getting shit done, but not at the pace I would like, you know. Obviously, I would like to be able to wave my magic wand and become 10-inch Vince, and then just, you know, be able to get everything done in one little. Hey, all my wishes come true, right? All my wishes come true. Everything's done just like that. Boop boop. You know, I'm 7 foot tall and I'm playing in the NBA. But you know, what is a fella to do other than bang hot Latinas and smoke that killer? It's a great question. I don't have an answer for it. But, and this is a big but, we don't have to put up with nigga bullshit no more in Wayne. We don't have to put up with tyranny. We don't have to put up with safety over freedom, right? Which we don't get either, right? Because if you're relying on anyone in the city of Wayne to keep you safe, well, you might be more retarded than you are, which is hard to believe, but hey, crazy shit out there, guys. So stay away from the crazies, stay away from the police, and if you're forced to deal with the police, of course, always record your police. Always record the police. Always assume the worst, that they are trying to incriminate you and to bring a case against you, and they are not your friend. They are not out there to help you. There is no such thing as Officer of the Year. That's just a bootlicker of the year, bootlicking award, right? Who can bootlick the hardest, or who can violate the most rights? Which of course Elziadi has, Mr. Elziadi, who won the Officer of the Year in Wayne here. Chief Strong says that he's exactly what the city of Wayne wants in a police officer. That was the person who broke into my house on May 9th and charged me with interference. Right? Interference with a law that doesn't exist. So, interference with the enforcement. You're on my property enforcing a law that doesn't exist, and I interfered by telling you, no, go get a search warrant. So that's and then January 9th, 2026, you guys all saw that, where he authorized the break-in and then muted his body camera. But he wins Officer of the Year. Yeah, that's pretty much in a nutshell. I mean, we can basically, like, that's Wayne for you. Can't make this shit up, right? So we got something for a little Asiati, right? Dog shit breath Asiati, right? Elziati, right? Who literally breath smells like shit, right? I mean, literally, like, he was this close to me, like, you know, He transported me down to the Wayne County jail, right, back in July, and all that breath smelled. It literally smelled like he brushed his teeth with like dog shit. It was awful. It was funny though, because these people think they intimidate somebody, and I just laugh at them. I just think they're all just a joke, essentially, because they are. But they're an expensive sick joke though. That's the thing though. They're not like they're volunteer and they're just, well, okay, they're relatively harmless. Sometimes they fuck up, but at least they don't cost us any money, right? We're not paying for it. Oh no, we're paying for this shit. We're paying for this. Officer of the Year, right? Officer of the Year. And you're just like, man, if that's the Officer of the Year, we're fucked. I mean, this department is totally illegitimate. I mean, if that guy, someone who doesn't understand basic constitutional case law, doesn't understand the Fourth Amendment, doesn't understand the difference between a policy and an ordinance, I mean, doesn't know what exigent circumstances means, doesn't understand the concept of probable cause and how to establish it, and, warrantless searches and seizures, right? Like, has no concept of it whatsoever. But this is your Officer of the Year. This is Officer of the Year now, okay? Doesn't know what exigent circumstances are, doesn't understand the warrant requirement, doesn't understand the Fourth Amendment, doesn't understand what a policy versus an ordinance is, right? And this is your Officer of the Year, El Zayati. And you're just like, holy shit. We are in fucking big trouble in Wayne, Michigan, guys. We are in big trouble. If that's the Officer of the Year, I don't want to know what the other of them. I don't want to know what the rest of them are like. Then wow, but of course I know what they're all like, which is it's pretty bad. It's not nothing to write home about. Definitely not nothing to announce. Be something that you would want to forget, right? But it's all fixable, guys. It's just hiring and firing. That's all it is. Firing and hiring and firing, and eventually you get the right combination, the right culture that you're looking for. And yeah, it's scary shit, man. I mean, El Zayati, man, that's boy, oh boy, that's some fucking shit right there. But hey, that's just too bad, but we'll do what we can. We'll do what we can to shed some light on some very pressing issues, right? Some very consequential issues that need to be discussed. Not just discussed, but there's perfect example, right? This new agenda, the city council meeting coming up on Tuesday. I mean, it's clear as fucking day that the entire city of Wayne does not understand the Fourth Amendment. And it's got to change. I mean, that's just like, the most fundamental thing that we have in this country, and it's just being absolutely disregarded, and that's a really, really crucial mistake, because that's how cities get sued and lose. And I can't allow the taxpayers to continue to fund this garbage and to continue to get robbed. It's time. It's time. It's time that we turn it up about 10 notches and see what happens. It's in God's hands. I love you, everybody. Unless you're a bootlicking jackboot thug pig, then of course we're not talking to you. R.I.P. John Zook Jr. This is the Vincent Sr. signing out. Till next time.